That's what it's about. Decide what you want and then don't quit. Just go out there. I don't care whether you use nice words or this or manipulating or lies, or just get it the way you want or you will not be happy. The trouble is you think you're right. You don't think I made this up. Of course you made it up. The mind can do anything you want. But you made up something that you believe in so thoroughly that when it doesn't go the way you want, you say it's wrong. You were wrong. You should not have said that to me. You should not have done that. It shouldn't have happened this way. It shouldn't have rained. It's my favorite. You all laugh, but I don't know why. It didn't rain for weeks. Why did it have to rain on my birthday? It doesn't know it's your birthday, does it? And what are you doing? This is what you do with your mind. You make up things, and then you decide, I'm not going to be okay unless they happen that way. And then you go out there and cause so much trouble in this world. Imagine 8.3 billion of you making up something different. No two of you ever made up the same thing. I mean, for a short period of time, but like two ships in the night, they don't stay that way. I'm going to talk why in a minute. So you all made up different things, and now you all go out there and try to make the moment in front of you. Who cares about the other moment? I care about the moment in front of me. The given time when you're talking to me, I'm going to talk with my friend. While you're talking to me, what I care about is what you're saying. I don't care about the fact there's 8.3 billion other people saying something at the same time. I only care about me. Isn't that amazing? I only care about me, about my moment. The moments I've had, the moments I'm having, and the moments I'm going to have are in my head. And I have a way I want them to be. Nobody else wants them to be that way. There's no way. I'll explain that to you why in a moment, why I got that way. But now you go out there and fight with everybody or manipulate or try to figure out how can I get things. You ever think how to get things the way I want? Like you don't understand how big the gap is. How do I get the job that I'm passionate about? Wrong. How do I be passionate about every job? Oh, that sounds a little different. But I say, I can't. I'm the way I am. No, you are not the way you are. You're the way you made up. Psychology says man is the sum of his learned experiences. In other words, you made it up. You got programmed by your past experiences. And now you're coming here into a world saying, my past experiences are the important ones. Be the way I want you to be. Well, her past experience, she's wrong. I know because I had the experience. You literally believe that. I dated someone named Ben once. He turned out a real schnook. I do not do Bens anymore. I purposely left a person's name instead of a person's hair or height or religion, or you understand that. And then it would be a little more personal, wouldn't it? You do that. Your past experiences have programmed your mind. You didn't even get to program your own mind. It wasn't like you came down, dropped out of the womb, here you are, and somebody said, here's your checklist, what do you want? You went through the experiences of your life, every moment of them. Some of them were pleasant, some of them were not. That's yin and yang. This is natural. Weather could be balmy and weather could be rainy. People could be nice, people could be mean. So you went through the experiences in your life and they programmed your mind. They programmed your mind to say, I like this kind of person, I don't like that kind of person, I believe in this, I don't believe. Don't you dare think you're right. Any person who claims they're spiritual, who thinks they're right, that's a joke. You think you're right because of the past experiences you had. If you had different past experiences, I assure you, you would think different. Just please step into truth. You feel and think the way you do because of the programming that happened to you through your life. And if it was really strong programming, you saw your parents die in a car accident, that's in there, way programmed, deep in there, affecting the entire rest of your life. You may never go in a car again. You may never have children because you don't want it to happen to them. What kind of a way is that to live? You're a free soul. You came down here onto this unbelievable planet. It's quite a planet. Don't tell me what's wrong. Look at it. There's plants. There's things to eat. There's things to do. There's colors. There's shapes. Look how many types of animals there are. How can you be bored? There's giraffes and elephants. There's everything. And you step down here and all you do is complain. Not only do you complain, you have fear. What are you afraid of? That it might not be the way I want. Or worse yet, that it might be the way I don't want. What else do you fear? I'm not talking about lions jumping at you. That's a different kind of fear. As instinctual. Not most of you have that problem on a regular basis, okay? Well, you don't. But you have the problem that I don't know what she's going to say to me. I don't know if she'll like me. Oh, I don't know whether I'm wearing the right thing. I feel out of place. There's not. You have that junk going on, right? You have ruined your life. God didn't do it. The world didn't do it. You didn't pay attention. And you had these experiences. They came and they went. Yes, a terrible thing happened. I don't like to give an example, a terrible thing. But there's terrible things that happen. But you know what? That happened is a past tense verb. They're over. Yes, you got divorced. Yes, your parents died. Yes, you got sick and had to go through cancer treatment. Do things happen? But they're over. But they're not over in you, are they? Take a breath. That's the most important thing I could ever teach you. If they're over outside, why are they not over inside? Why did you decide that it was intelligent to hold every single thing that ever bothered you inside of you so it can keep bothering you? Shh. I'm not kidding. You did decide that, didn't you? Why did you decide to hold every single thing that ever bothered you? When your parents got divorced when you were 5, when you didn't get to go to the fair you wanted to go to, your sister went. Why is it intelligent to hold that inside of you for your entire life and let it keep bothering you? Don't bother answering me. Why? Because it's not. If you're going to store everything that ever bothered you inside of you, you're going to be bothered. And because you're afraid of being bothered, you're going to make every decision for the rest of your life based on avoiding that thing. I don't fly in planes. I've seen what goes on. I almost got in an accident in a plane. It jumped up and down. No, I'm never. Okay, fine. How many times does a plane jump up and down and not crash? How many things are you missing in your life because you decided, because you happen to have one experience, it's going to guide the rest of your life? I ain't getting married again. Not a chance in the world I'm not getting married again. Okay, fine, don't get married again. Or why can't you sit there and say, wow, that was one hell of a learning experience. I'll bet I do better next time. That was something else altogether. Why? Why can't you do that? But you don't. You can't handle the events that are not comfortable to you. And so you suppress them, you hold them. That's where the word suppression comes from. You hold them inside of you because you don't want them to touch you. You literally, I've taught this before, when something comes in that's not comfortable to you, you don't welcome it. Okay, come on through, get it over with. You don't do that ever. You say, stay away from me. I don't want you coming close to me. I don't want to experience you. I don't want you to have happened. And so I'm going to push you away. That's what you do inside. You push things away. And when you push them away, they stay inside. There's not a chance in the world they don't. I don't care how far you push them away. The further you push them away, it goes from suppression to repression to denial. Okay, it just gets further and further down there. Why don't you just let it go? And just say, into every life some rain must fall. So there was mine. Why can't I just experience the reality of life, let it come in when it comes in, pass through, and be present? It's called be here now. And be present in the current moment without storing all this garbage inside of me so that I'm not be here now, I'm there then. And every decision I'm making is based on avoiding what I didn't like and trying to have happen what I do like. So I'm not living my life. I'm manipulating, controlling, and fearing, and judging. And it's so complex what you've done with your mind. I can't even talk about it. Do you have to live like that? Of course not. Where do I have to move so it's not like that? It's not like that anywhere except inside of you. But all my exes live in Texas, and I don't want to go back to Texas. You've just brought your past into the now, and you think that you can only be okay if you make everything match the way you want it to be. So what's the answer? The answer is get out of that house, have the wedding, but don't care about it. You don't not have the wedding, but have fun if it rains. Have fun if the napkins run. Who cares? That's what I keep trying to talk to. When I talk to, it's like, all right, your frame of reference right now, I gave this talk the other day. Your frame of reference is so small. Your frame of reference is so small. It's only made up of the experiences you've had. What else can it be? How big is that frame of reference, the experience that you've had? Don't answer, because I want to make sure you think of it properly. All right? The only way to properly think about it is as follows. At any given moment, you're having an experience, right? How many are you missing? How many experiences that exist in the universe? Oh, let's just say the planet Earth. How many experience events are taking place at the same moment you're having your event everywhere else? 700 billion zillion. So how much do you know versus how much did you miss? If you're the sum of your learned experiences, you're pretty limited, aren't you? They're pretty limited experiences. Look to the right, to the different one. Look to the left, another one. Look up any place. There's something else going on, right or wrong. And you're missing that. If I could talk for an hour about just this subject, you'd get bored and leave. I wouldn't. This is the most important thing you will ever hear. Why? Because it's logical. I'm talking to the intelligence of your mind. You are missing every other experience that's going on in reality to have your one experience, then your next one. You're gluing them together and saying, I know something. You don't know anything. If you miss everything, how can you know anything? I minored in statistics back in college, right? I like statistics. We had a phrase. Something was called statistically insignificant. That's what your stuff is inside your mind. It is statistically insignificant compared to everything else that could have been going on, that was going on, but you weren't paying attention to it. You didn't see it. You are so caught at staring at yourself. You honestly believe you're the center of the universe. Like Galileo said, no, the Earth is not the center of the solar system. You absolutely believe that you're the center of the universe, that this world is here for you. It's either for you or against you. It's all about you. You're not the center of the universe. Every other person is exactly the same. They're just consciousness standing on a spot, having an experience and not being able to handle the experience they're having. It's bad enough that you missed all of them. You couldn't handle the one you had. Okay? And what you did was build a mind. You built a mindset. Just by going on a computer and just building something. You built a mindset that, I know what it did. It's called the ego. You built a mindset that said, I'm here. Uh-oh. Here I am. Well, who am I? I'm the one that's my mommy. No, you're not. You're the consciousness that got born and dropped down here, and there's this lady over there. She birthed your body. She didn't birth your soul. She didn't birth the consciousness, and she didn't birth your body either. There are 35 trillion living cells making up your body. How many did mommy make? 0. That body made itself. One fertilized cell knew how to make that liver and pancreas. There's just this amazing thing called life that just is everything, and it does everything in the cornfields and OMG. But you won't do that. You make it so small because you make it be about you. But it's not about you, is it? It's not about you. That's why I like to take you at this point. All right, you have a mind. We've been talking about the personal mind. The personal mind is this tiny little nothing, right? Your mind can go anywhere. Think about a galaxy right now. See a galaxy. I want you to see Andromeda Galaxy. You see it? Now leave Andromeda and go see a whole cluster of galaxies. Can you do it? That's called your abstract mind, your intellectual mind, not the mind that is tiny about me. All right? It's the same mind. It's just one is thinking about me and the other's thinking about a much bigger universe. Okay? So now I want you to take the me one and I want you to take it off the planet Earth. Go out with the astronauts out there where they have this overview effect, they call it. Ever heard that term, the overview effect? Astronauts have that. They go there, they go off the planet, They go, whoa, that's where I've been living? That beautiful little, they all come back environmentalists, I guarantee you. That beautiful little fragile ball floating through outer space with clouds and land and oh my God. Why? Because now, I said you, the somebody learned experiences, your mind is? Your mind now had another experience way outside of you. And it took you outside yourself. Isn't that beautiful? But I want to stop there. Now, I don't know if you've ever seen them, but there's a picture of Saturn where the Earth is inside of one of the rings. It's a tiny dot. You can't even see the thing. Go out there. That's just Saturn. It's just a few planets away. And you can't even see the Earth. Now go on fast, I dare you. Leave the solar system. I told you before, if you leave the solar system, you're leaving your star, your sun. Let's go to the next sun. How far away is the next star? Remember, there's 300 billion of them in your galaxy. 300 billion stars in your galaxy. Where's the next one after the sun? 4.2 light years away. That should mean nothing to you. I don't want it to mean anything to you. It's just a number. And we're doing this for a reason, to take you out of your personal mind. There's another mind you get to use. How far away is 4.2 light years? If I hold a light beam above the planet Earth and I let it go for 1 second, it circumnavigates the globe 7.5 times. Is that fast enough for you? It went around the entire Earth 7.5 times in 1 second. Now stretch your mind. Go that speed every second for 4.2 years, and you'll end up at the next star. And what was wrong with the little pimple on your face? And what was wrong with what you said in the class when you stumbled over your word? What are you doing? Why did you make your world so small? It's not that small, is it? Because this is your world. You say, what's it got to do with me? Are you kidding? It's reality. It has to do with you. Your mind is just as capable of thinking of that as it is thinking about the toy you wanted or what somebody said to you that you don't like, that you'll never forgive them for. What? Where's that? I don't even see it anymore. Are you willing to dare to take in the truth to your mind instead of doing this thing you've done that make it an ingrown toenail? It's only thinking about itself. Its whole thing is about itself, isn't it? But what about all this? Go out there in space. Have something happen to this beautiful little planet. Maybe a meteorite hits it or this happens, always happens, and it blows it to smithereens. Could it happen? Could the entire Earth it blow apart? A few planets would change their orbit. Nothing else would know it even happened. They wouldn't know you're ever here. I just went to the closest star. If there's 300 billion stars in your galaxy, how many galaxies are there? 2 trillion. 2 trillion galaxies, all of which have hundreds of billions of stars. But we're going to do that. Where's the next galaxy? I'll end with this on a little trip here. I said the next star was 4.2 light years away. Where's Andromeda? Where's the next galaxy? You can see it floating out there. 2.4 million light years away. Go at that speed of every second for 2.4 million years and you'll reach Andromeda. And that's one of 2 trillion galaxies. What are you worried about? What's the problem? Where's the beef? Am I making any sense to you? Or is your mind still saying, what's that got to do with me? No, you've got it wrong. What's that garbage that you made up in your tiny, tiny little mind got to do with you? Nothing. The fact that your consciousness is able to comprehend the breadth and scope of God, of reality, call it whatever you want. I don't care if you call it God or you call it reality. Same thing. What it is, there's a thing in Zen called not you. It's a very high state, not you. Well, there, not you is everything else. And it's a pretty big everything else, isn't it? Look what you did with your world. Did you make it small? Answer me. Did you use your mind that could go anywhere, if you just went there, to make it so small that you suffer? That you made up how you want everything to be, how it has to be, how people, not just what they said to you. Like someone told you they loved you, like this. Yeah, I love you too. That work? That work for you? No, I don't think so. It has to be the right tone. Whoa, are you picky? Have I gotten through to anybody yet? No wonder you suffer. Right? I highly advise learning not to do that. Can you learn not to do that? Can you learn the piano? Can you learn a sport? Can you learn a language? Can you learn things? I'm not saying you're the best at it, but can you learn? Then why can't you learn to be okay? Why can't you learn to stop doing this absurd thing of making your mind so small? It's bad enough that the mind is so small. It's only your mind. Everybody else has got one too. But you don't care about theirs. You only care about yours. There's something wrong with this. And you're not going to have a nice life. So what do you do about it? You take a breath and you say, do I want to live like that? I have all this Is there pressure? You have pressure on you? You do not. You're out there in outer space. It's 2.5 light years away. You're going to be okay. But I think it's hilarious. And they almost say, the worst thing that can happen is you die. All right? You guys don't even want to die, yet you hate being here. All you do is complain. You worry, you complain, you have anxiety, you're afraid of people, places, things, but you don't want to die. It's so absurd. It's so absurd. It's ridiculous what you've done with your mind. So what do? First, take a breath. There's a big breath. It is however you want it to be. You're the one who married this part of your mind that's closed, that had past experience. What happens in relationships? You have past experience. You have financial problems. You have this, the kid problems, this and that. Next thing you know, it weighs on your heart. It weighs on your ability to love. And you wonder, how did we grow apart? You didn't grow apart. You grew into your minds. But it didn't used to be like this. I used to love him. Well, of course, you didn't know all the garbage on top of your mind that you built. So here, what do? You decide the problem is my mind. The problem is not the politics. Can deal with that. We'll talk about coming back and dealing with life, but you can't deal with life when you're dealing with you. You're not dealing with life. You're dealing with what you like, what you don't like, what you believe in. Maybe you're angry and you're this, right? That's not dealing with life. That's being locked into your tiny little mind and believing what it's saying.